Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another profound, inspiring episode on the Unleashing Potentials podcast. My name is Bernadette Desir, and I'm your host. And joining me today is the fabulous, powerful Miss Honey. How are you?
I am fabulous. Hello, Bernadette. What an honor and a pleasure.
Absolutely. Miss Honey, or Honey, can you tell us where you're tuning in from?
Yes, I am tuning in from San Diego, California.
Oh, that sounds so nice the way you say it. That's
Uh,
awesome. That's really cool. Um, I'm gonna tell people how we sort of connected and know each other. I think spirit kind of guide me to your channel. Honest truth.
Ashe.
Yeah, because you have a YouTube channel and you do some amazing work, which I'm gonna let you share with us. Can you tell us who you are and what you do?
Yes. All right. So Mrs. Honeybee of the Highest is the whole divinity. And I am a shamanic high priestess and life consultant. My business is called I Got Time. My entity is called I Got Time.
Mhm.
And that came about just wanting a new Instagram name. And I'm
Mhm.
just not even thinking about it, but all I heard in my head was I got time. And then the way that I spelled it was I like the first and then time like the herb. And I looked up time and I was using herbs to cook more. So I was like, okay, wait a minute. Oh wow, this is perfect. A protection of the time that you have, using it wisely and
Mhm.
then doing it also intentionally. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. And then it just stuck. So I got time is how we rebranded ourselves.
Mhm.
And my lane as a shamanic high priestess and a life consultant, which is a new addition, I am someone who I teach people, not teach, actually. I help people heal themselves.
Mhm.
I'm an assistant for those who want to heal themselves in whatever way they're looking to heal themselves, whether it is changing their life path, changing their life course, maybe even their contract. I assist with that, whether it's healing their body, medical conditions,
Mhm.
the mental, the mind. I help with that as well. If
Mhm.
it is assisting with reigniting the light, reigniting their passions, wanting to discover their passions, I assist with that as well. If it is needing to uplift the spirit, I help with that as well. If it is needing to heal the inner child, integrate the shadow self, I help people heal themselves and do that as well. If
Mhm.
it is rediscovering the artist and the creative within and how to expand within their creative process, their creativity, their creative force, I help with that as well.
Yes.
So I'm a full embodiment assistant for a being that wants to express itself fully here on earth as an authentic divinity.
Oof. So powerful, so beautiful, so light. And I can connect to every word that you say. And I connect to your energy, the frequency that you exude, even across from a screen, I connect to it. So I am so grateful, so grateful. Thank you. I think um, the light source guides whatever it is you believe in. I thank them for connecting us because
I should say.
it's blessing me. Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah. So I want to get to know you more. Can you tell
Okay.
us how did you get from where you've been to where you are right now? What was the journey was and continue to be like for you?
The journey began the journey began. Okay, from where I am now, I must say the journey has always been.
Mm,
My grandmother tells me this story of me being 2 years old, wanting to teach, having my books, and she says we it was hard for us to pull you away from the books. And then the more that I dive into myself, I consistently envision myself often, I'm going to say the word alone, but not alone in a sad sense, alone as in with myself and myself.
mhm,
I did cruise ships for about 4 years, 5 contracts. And I realized that I was often traveling by myself, where I would be with my friends, but for some reason, a lot of my memories right now are reverting back to me roaming cities just alone by myself, me roaming the malls, me roaming different libraries, different museums, just always kind of shifting and being where it was, I would meet up with my friends. but I would meet up with my friends after having had my alone time. And so I realized that as a kid, I did the same, often reading books on the internet, just researching, going to the library, roaming around my city, just always finding myself with me. And so I've always been very comfortable with myself, but I was also very insecure with myself. So I've always been with my worst critic. I've always been with my most harshest teacher, my most intricate guide, my most intense guru. I've always been with them. And so my journey has always been very peculiar because I feel like I've always been on earth, but at the same time, I feel like I haven't really been here. I feel like I'm like a ghost. I feel like a ghost. And so there's always been voices in my head. There's always been noises, sounds, music, conversations, and I've always been privy to what was happening up there. I haven't always acknowledged it and honored it. However, I always knew what was going on. And so I've always been like a vigilant soul, just kind of like doe-eyed almost, just looking at everything. And so this journey for me, this shifting into who I've become today started when I was 23 years old and I was working on cruise ships, came across a book called The Art of Happiness by Dalai Lama. And I just read it, finished the book in like 3 days and was like, oh, I'm not happy. Maybe I should discover my art of happiness. And ironically, I was also an artist and I was working on a cruise ship at the time. So I had nothing but time on my hands. And so that year I read 22 books, not 22 self-help books, but I read 22 books. And I think about 14 of them were either self-help or self-help related, whether it was like, I think I read LL Cool J's like fitness book at one point, books like that. Just anything that regarding learning about the self, helping the self, being healthier. And then also books surrounding what brought me just pure joy, stories. I loved sagas. So I would go through went through a 3 saga series, I believe, in like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. And these are like pretty thick books. So I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm like, it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and my roommate's sleeping and I'm on the floor with my phone, like flipping through the pages, just enthralling myself in written material. And so back then we called it self-help, and this was 2014. And then I'm going to say cut to about like 2019. A friend really starts to assist me with diving into Santeria. And so from there, that's where, and then brought me to a botanica in Harlem. And from there, things just started to get a little funny. That's when things started to shift a little bit. And I'm like, what's happening to me? I'm starting to notice like myself is like I'm wrapping my crown. I'm wearing white and yellow often. I'm being very particular about the colors that I do wear. This energy, this entity in me started to wake up. And then in 2020, she revealed herself as Honeybee. And so that's when I started to change. And then so the journey from this, and then from there, I want to say it was in 2021. Nope. It was in 2021, yes, actually, where I was on a journey with a friend and her and I both didn't know what we were doing, but we were going to just trust ourselves. And we went out, me, her, and her daughter, and the night didn't go how we planned. And we were on our way back to her mother's house. And I said out loud to myself and to her, but mostly to me and to the Most High, I said, if this is what the journey is going to be like, this challenging, this difficult, I don't want to do it. I said, you could take me out right now. I'm good. I was like, just take me out. I'm good. I was like, and I know you're not going to take me out because we've already been there. We've done that. I was like, but switch me out. I don't know what you want to do. I was like, but God, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to be here for this. Like, this is not my tea. And so from there, that night, we went back to her mother's house. Her daughter stayed, of course, in the house. Her and I, we, with our witchy selves, we went to the park that was nearby, grabbed our spiritual tools, our candles, our incense, my magical kit, my crystals, everything, my cards, my other trinkets that I had with me as well. And we went into a seance. And that moment, who I was birthed as on earth initially, Bernard Joseph Velasquez, definitely felt him leave my body. And it was like a switch. It was like I felt this spirit go out of me and I felt immediately another spirit come in. And it was in that moment that I realized that like Bernard was non-existent as like as an entity in my being, where I really didn't resonate even with the name. And so it slowly started to phase out. And so Honeybee came like full on. And then from there it kind of switched to um like Honeybee, Miss Honeybee of the highest. And then it evolved to Mrs. Honeybee of the highest, but MR capitalized, embodying my divine masculinity, my divine femininity. And in that night, my friend also had a major awakening. And then I began to help her as well with her spiritual evolution. And because she was a business mogul. And so I was helping expand upon her spiritual side. And she helped me expand upon my business side. So we really like assisted one another with our evolution. So shout out to Muse. And so I'm so grateful for that experience, because that then began to usher in this whole revolution of 2.5 years of me going through a nomadic lifestyle, being a little, air nomad. And I am on my avatar shit. And I'm just like traveling about the world, staying in Airbnbs and hotels, buses, trains, outside, beaches, beach towers, hotel lobbies, wherever it is that I can sleep at, friends' couches, cousins' couches, mama's floor, just whatever it is where I can sleep. But I was on this journey of being with me and myself. Sets one of the most profound things myself delivered to me along that journey was, I needed you, because I kept getting rid of everything. There was about 17 times where I got rid of everything. When I say everything, computer, camera equipment, everything down to just my purse, my purse, which I even threw away my wallet. And I just kept whatever cards could work. And so I was like, okay, bet. So I kept my purse, and then just put whatever like money I could in there. And then the panties that was on my back, that was it. Other than that, I would get a new toothbrush, get a new toothpaste, get new everything. I would just make sure if I had clothes on, I would just keep the clothes that I had on, a new pair of underwear, so I could change them at least once. And then I would just have my purse. That's it. And I was like, I'll figure the rest out, because my luggage was too heavy. Carrying things was too heavy. I didn't want something on my shoulder too heavy. So I was literally down to like a little tiny doo-doo. Do I have it around here? No. And so I did that so many times, where even sometimes it was, okay, let me just put this in my pocket. I'll wear pants today. I won't have a dress. Because sometimes it was just me in a dress, a sweater, and some sneakers. And so I thugged this thing out, straight up Moses, Jesus style. And I look back on my journey, and I'm like, girl, again, like the amount of times, I'm talking duffel bags, my journals, everything, just drop it on the floor and I walk away. And I'm like, and I know that in my mind, one point I was thinking, what if like the police look on the camera and is like, is that a bomb? Like, what if I'm causing like bomb threats or something like that? Like, girl, you can't just be dropping whole duffel bags in places and just walking out in the middle of the night, girl. Like, that's crazy. And myself said, don't care. I'm walking away. I'm done with these things. And I would normally leave them by either someone else who was be outside. I would normally leave it by their tent. So that way they could take whatever's in the bag, whatever clothes was there, whatever the toiletries were there, whatever. Because sometimes I would leave tarot cards, crystals, journals, writing utensils, everything, coloring books, coloring pencils. And they would all be brand new sometimes. Sometimes it would be colored work and artwork. I'd leave them the artwork. Everything. I would just be like, take whatever you want, take whatever you need, don't care. I'm just not going to use it. So before I throw it in the trash, somebody use it, someone ravaged through it. And so the journey has been Puerto Rico, it's been Miami, it's been New York City, it's been Los Angeles, it's been Stockton, it has been Portland, Oregon, it's been Seattle, it's been Las Vegas, it has been Chicago and Kansas, it has been Niagara Falls and San Diego. And so I have moved about, traveled about, went around town, and I'm now here where I am stable, sound, and secure and releasing all of this energy from moving and 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 moving, where myself is like, oh, shoot, coming, like trying to, not even trying, doing the active effort to slow down has been one of the most challenging. Because myself, it has been so programmed to, I got to hurry up and get out of here. I got to check out. No, there's none of that right now. Rest, girl. rest. So I have been on this, what started off as a journey of discovering my own happiness, my own art of happiness, end up becoming self-help journey, end up becoming a spiritual journey, end up becoming a healing journey, end up becoming an ascension journey. And so now I ascend. I live life as an ascending master, and I create space, sacred space for other ascending masters to show up and to heal themselves, to love on themselves, to connect with others, and to have community with other like-minded, like-intentioned souls, and to evolve with their reflections.
Thank you so much for sharing. So beautiful. It sounded like you had a spiritual death and rebirth all at the same time. You were
Yes.
shedding layers of society, really, and expectations and rules that really doesn't apply to you. You make your own rules and path, and I can see that. And what would you say to people who has gone through the similar experiences that you've been through on a spiritual aspect? Because it's hard for us at times to let go. The ego won't let us do that. We wrestle with it. What would you say to those people?
Smile. Smile as often as you can. When it hurts the most, smile. Whoever would need this particular vision, when it gets the most difficult, close your eyes, see a path of light leading towards a door. On that door is a light bulb. You are that light. Visualize yourself walking down that path of light towards that door. Just you being in front of it opens the door. On the other side of that door is everything you require. Peace, calm, tranquility, ease, grace, gracefulness, prosperity, abundant resources, everlasting love, unconditional love, overflowing love, and calm. I also say faith.
Yes.
You must have faith. The faith that got you started is not the faith that you will have now. Your faith will continue to expand, and it needs to. Your faith expands with you. You get larger, you get brighter, you become more intense, and so does your faith.
Yes, yes.
When you feel like your body is betraying you, focus solely on the mind. If you focus on the body sometimes feels too big. It feels like it's too much. What was starting off as an arm hurting now feels like the left arm, and now the right arm, and now the legs, and now the abdomen, and now everything is hurting. And now you realize that you feel like the body itself is breaking down and betraying you. It's the mind. Go back to the mind. Focus solely on the mind. And you visualize whatever you feel is the most calm thing you can see. For me, I visualize myself in a calm sea, a calm beach.
Yeah.
Calm. Visualize calmness. Calm, whatever that is, whatever that brings about in the mind. Visualize calm. When you can see calm, Ashe, pun intended. When you can see calm, you can feel calm. When you feel calm, you can be calm.
Ooh, love
You
that.
have to allow yourself to come back to calm. You have to allow your cells to stop running around throughout the body on high alert, looking for the fire alarm that's going off, and where the fire is, there is no fire. You are the fire, so don't put out your flame. Calm. if you need to visualize fire or a flame or a bonfire itself, and it's starting to come down to just one log, whatever that is, you come back to calm. And if the physical world itself is driving you mad, close your eyes immediately and visualize your inner world and just see light. See light. If you close your eyes and it's dark, visualize light and let the darkness behind your eyes lighten up.
I feel like you're
Calm.
speaking to me. Yeah, yeah, so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. We know so much. We have all the answers. It's us. I said to myself today, I said, honey, you have the perfect body for your mission. The body you started out with from the womb is the same body you have now. That is the body that got you here. Everything it endured, everything it went through, it was the perfect vehicle to grow, to expand, to endure, to withstand every weather. It got you here. It's the perfect vessel. It doesn't need to prove to you anymore that it is the most perfect vessel for you. It can handle everything that you will go through. It's able to, and it will continue to grow, and it knows what to do. It is an ascending body. It is a loving body. This is a God body. This is a learning body. This is an expanding body. This is a body that heals itself. This is a body that cares. This is a body that nurtures. This body here is a body that is authentic. This body is natural. This body is yours. This body is a seeing body. This is a magical body. This is a whimsical and fairy tale body. This body is a shape-shifting body. This body is able to handle every weather on this planet, the most intense and the most tragic and the most difficult and the lightest, most brightest and most easy. This body is able to do it all. Everything you've already gone through, which has felt like the worst, you've made it through with this same vessel, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what it feels like. This body has the ability to withstand it all. It's able to speak. It's a sensitive body. It's able to sense all vibrations. It's able to communicate to you. It's able to ensure that you get the message. It's able to also uplift you. It's able to do everything. This is the perfect body, the body that you needed. It's this one. Your body is capable of also knowing its beauty exactly as it is right now and reminding you that it does believe you when you say, I am healed, I am beautiful, I am calm, I feel peace, I am home. It knows all those things. It remembers. This body is an encyclopedia of information. This body is an atlas full of geography and knows location. This body is perfect. It's the most perfect one that you could have. There's individuals that you know that you've looked at and you're like, dang, they have the perfect body, but their body's not taking them on the journey that yours is on. So your body has built-in GPS for you to go to the moon, past the moon, through the stars, through galaxies. Your body is an astro body. Your body's able to do everything. Your body is able to take on the most harshest solar flaring energy and able to transmute and able to, like, your body is perfect. It's the best one. You got the best body. And I'm like, oh my God, wow.
Yeah.
The tools that I've been provided with just myself, my mind, my body, my spirit, my light, myself, my emotions, like, it's perfect. It's a perfect body. It's able, it's perfect. It's so perfect. So I'm like, wow. And so to anyone else that's on this journey, I would say to them, know that what you came here with were the most perfect tools for even your material tools that you use to assist yourself. This body is able to connect with those tools and communicate the messages through those tools for you to have additional assistance. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
I so love that you're talking about the body because I think it's all connected, but sometimes we disconnect our bodies and our spiritual form based on our environment, right? And you talking about that, it's a type of remembrance that I need, and I hope those who are watching feel it coming from you,
That's
because
good.
it reminds me that, yes, I have a body, but I'm more than that.
Yes.
And the scars
Yes.
in the body are not to be wept over, but they are remembrance. They are lessons, if that makes sense.
Yes. They're your roadmap.
Yes.
They're your roadmap.
Mhm.
Sometimes our scars are on the inside. So in order for others to know where we've been, we must have conversations. Some of us have our scars on the outside. So if you really want to know where I've been, take a gander. Take a gander. Start somewhere and see where the map takes you. However, our bodies are our vehicles. And so when you think about yourself having one car that's going to take you through the whole thing before you return the lease, and you know, think when you think about it, when I think about it that way, I'm like, oh wow, I really chose my most ideal car. And my car is able to, I said today, I thought of it as a computer. I have the most like bestest computer system because I'm able to upgrade it, and I can upgrade every compartment, and
Yes.
it can handle all my upgrades. When I think of it as a vehicle, my car may have started off needing gas, but now I got an electric car. My car is it's full of my car doesn't emit carbons. And my car knows how to function. Some if it needs to go back to gas, my car knows how to go back to gas. It
Mm.
knows how to revamp and rework, but it knows how to transmute that gas to where it's not releasing this because it learned from its electrical mode. Like the body that you're in is a learning vessel. It's the most physical thing that you have. And so the body itself is adaptable. What that means is when we go through trauma, what we do is evolve and we become even more phenomenal. It's
Mhm.
not a terrible thing to have trauma to where someone's coming up to you and you're automatically like, oh my God, I'm getting ready to protect myself. But all they're doing is actually taking a jog to run, they're running past you. They're not running towards you. But how phenomenal that your body went from being a little bittle baby
Mm.
and able to wanting to just me, everybody. And now it's the body that, wait a minute, holds on. What's happening? It now knows how to protect itself. You did your job. You learned. You learned how to keep you safe. You learned what fear was like because you understood how much you needed to love this vehicle because this vehicle was going to take you through a myriad of places along your adventure.
Yeah.
So this perfect body is a learning one. And so like your ego and your physical body are really linked up one and the same, which is why whenever your body feels like it's betraying, you go to the mind because you have to consciously teach your body that you're okay by reminding your conscious mind that it's okay because it may have been zoned out and started to tap into its unconscious practices. And so I'm a beast when it comes to the mind. The conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind are my fortes. And if anybody ever wants to know where I got a lot of my information from as a core and how I expanded it, but where I got it from as a core,
Mhm.
Dr. Joseph Murphy,
Mm.
brilliant, 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 brilliant book that he wrote, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind.
Ooh.
The book is about 137 pages or something like that, maybe
Mm.
161. It's like $4.98 on Amazon. Back when I bought it, I purchased 6 of them for my friends and sent it to them as gifts for Christmas. You
Mm.
could also find it for free on YouTube. The book is I feel like if you were like, honey, what's one book that you got to read? That one, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. The
Mm.
most phenomenal book. It's how I like to learn. Very cut and dry, to the point. Let's dive right in. This is the material. It's up to you to expand upon it. If you practice it, it's going to work. If you don't, then it won't. All you do is know stuff.
Mm.
And this allows for you to know things and learn things and then expand upon things. So it's whoo, oh my God, phenomenal.
I love
And so
it.
um I have discovered that when it comes to this physical body, the healing practice that I do focuses on a complete being. And so I do mind, body, and spirit. And so spirit, soul. And so there's sometimes I'm working with someone and we need to focus on the mind. And so that's what we do, mental reprogramming. Sometimes we're focusing on the body. So we're focusing on the nervous system. We're focusing on cellular regeneration. Sometimes we're focusing on your physical processes, and so that will also require the mind. However, if you're already really solid with your mental, then I can help you utilize your mental, utilize your conscious mind in order to be able to discover what your body's doing, what it's saying, and where you need to start to listen and focus, because the body has specific points where it will tell you where you're storing your trauma. You just got to pay attention. And then sometimes it's the spirit where we got to focus, which is your faith, which is your knowledge, your inner knowledge, which is your wisdom, your inner wisdom, which is your shadows, which is your inner child sometimes, which is your divinity, which is your your faith walk. This is your divine feminine, your creative. So your light, I love the spirit. I love working with the spirit. It's your you know what? The spirit is your Orisha. It's your Orisha. It's your Orisha. I don't want to say your Ori. That would be your mind in particular, but it is your Orisha. I feel like it is the evolution where your mind will be your Ori, but your spirit will be your Orisha. And it is, oh my God. So yeah, the body needs to be focused upon because it is your car. And so your body will let you know, hey babe, like if you're driving on a freeway, you're out of lane. Get in your lane. Your body will tell you when you're out of lane. You'll sense it first. Yeah. You'll have a thought. You'll have some type of visual in your mind. But if that don't click, your body is like your last defense, if you will. Hey, babe, we are out of line. If your body's out of whack, you're out of alignment. Get back in alignment. I've been able to have a pimple show up underneath the skin that I can sense coming in. And I'm like, something's out of alignment. What's happening? And that same sensation will go away hours, moments later. No pimple comes through, nothing. I used to get cold sores. I literally would be like, I'm feeling a cold sore coming. Wait a minute, what's happening? What do I need to do? No cold sore, no nothing. I don't even get them anymore now. I don't even get sick. There's no sneezing, no coughing, no mucus, no blowing my nose. They're like I listen to my body boots, and she'll let me know, hey. And so as of now, we're focusing now on the bigger scale, which is my body will get so itchy if I am not listening to what she's telling me to do. Even if it's as simple as get up out of the bed right now. And I'm like, ooh, okay, I'll get up in a minute. Oh no, bitch, I said get up now. Like, what are you doing? There's no reason for you to just lie here like this. No, up, girl, up, 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 up. And it's not always about doing something. It's about being somebody. Because life isn't about what you do. It's about who you be and how you be that who. So, yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Can you describe the she that you are talking about? Because she sounds beautiful and I want to know her. I do. I mean that. I authentically mean that.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. She's never been asked that question before. She is golden shape. She is golden light. She is giggles and play. She is fuck with me and my name will be the last thing that you'll ever see.
Yeah.
She is, I love you deep. I love you raw. I love you real. I love you me. I love you you. I love you we. I love you us. I love us infinitely. She is golden chiffon fabrics. Layered and of different hues. She is magic. She is whimsical. She is fairy tale too. She is rhythm and rhyme. She rides in on divine time. She is rivers, streams, oceans, and things. She is pebbles, rocks, boulders, gems and crystals.
Mm-hmm.
She sometimes shows up as glaciers melting.
Yes.
She is the extension pack.
Mm,
She is the extension pack of life.
mm,
She is what uplifts, what provides. If you were to take a flashlight and put it close up to your finger and you saw the blood flowing underneath, she is that golden light behind the blood that you see. Ah, she is within everybody, and she loves vengeance with giggles. She loves vengeance
mm,
that comes with joy. Her vengeance sounds like laughter. Her vengeance also feels like I love you always. Her
mhm.
vengeance is tears, and I see you,
Yes.
and stop betraying me. I know you know me.
Yes.
She is mitochondria.
Mm.
She extends everywhere from here to there.
Mm. Yeah. Mm. That's beautiful.
Ah, she is screams and wails. She is upbeat.
Mm-hmm.
She goes beyond waist deep.
Mm.
She is a tree.
Mm.
She's a tree. She's a tree that rests alone by itself in the middle of the sea
Mm. Wow.
on her own beach. But she is the beach. Her roots are the sand.
Mm. I feel that she wants you to describe her in a book, on paper, to bless other people, because you
Mm.
just took me on a Milky Way journey. She is this, the stuff behind me. She is on earth, in earth, out of earth. And I think so many souls would be uplifted and awakened by exactly what you just described. She is. And I love her and I see her because I have the power to see her. I can see me in her.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
She's in this moment, she called you her almond joy.
Oh.
Her almond joy. Her almond joy.
Thank you. Thank you.
I say, yes.
Mm, mm,
She always I has to be shared.
yes.
She can never be kept for just one. She wants to be shared. So
Mhm.
share.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? She got style. Tell me about her style.
Oh my God.
I'm
What?
jealous. You need to dress me. She does too.
Layers on layers on layers,
Mhm.
colors and textures,
Mm.
patterns. The patterns you think don't go, they do. They just go on you.
Ooh.
They are, oh,
She got style.
she does have style. Okay, okay. She said, what you are afraid to put on
Mm.
is because you will see me.
Ooh.
Put on that which you are afraid of, and you will see me.
Mm.
When you put on what you're afraid of,
Mhm.
I will awaken.
Mm.
I will come through, and you'll see me as an us and a we too.
Mm. Oh, I love that.
The way that I shop is thrift. And I go, okay, Ashe.
Yes, I
So
shake.
when you go, because she is everyone, she does
Mhm.
not really care to be anew. She doesn't need what has yet to have a body in it. She's like, go connect with your roots.
Yes.
So go to a thrift store.
Mm. Mhm.
And when you go, close your eyes and just say,
Ooh.
show me us.
Mm.
And from there, you shop. with those intentions, with that mind, and you do not anticipate. You just simply be by walking through and witnessing. In that moment, your spirit is choosing what you wear. You're letting the goddess dress you. She is your personal. She is your glam squad. She, that's your stylist. And so you just look at things and you flip through, you see things. Sometimes you don't, you're turned around and you just turn around. You move in circles and people are, you're looking for anything? No, thank you. And you look like you're wandering, like you're lost. And then you see something out of the corner of your eye and you're like, oh, of course, you pull it out and you see, you go, you try things on. And it's always perfect, but she'll tell you, put this with this goes with that goes with that, wear that like that. And you just listen. Shopping is a listening experience. The only choice that you make is to listen.
Yes.
And when you feel nervous, oh, I'm not wearing that. That's going to show this or that's going to feel like this. Oh, I know. And then when you put it on your body and you wear it for the first time out in public, life changes. You're no longer who you were. You've evolved.
Yeah.
And everyone sees you. And it's double takes and triple takes.
Yes.
It stares and it's what are you wearing specifically? Why? But you see me, you see her, you see you, you see yourself, and you realize that what just happened is that the child inside, the child inside that would be, if no one ever told it how, has just awakened and is alive, breathing, and existing.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah. How can all of us awaken the goddess in us?
Trust. Trust. Yourself tells you things to do all day long.
Yes, it does.
And you gotta trust you. You're trustworthy. Sometimes it doesn't make sense when you know that you're allergic to dairy and yourself says, go to McDonald's and go get a cheeseburger. And you say, I'm not doing that. But it's ruminating in your mind because your ego is trying to keep you safe. And the ego, the practice that I do is I communicate with the ego and I tell the ego, introduce myself and introduce him to her and let him know, hey, babe, you're a passenger now. You're a passenger, boo. You don't get to drive this car. You could pump the gas. You could, but you don't, you could read the map, but you don't get to drive the car. You don't have enough information. You're learning. And you don't have enough knowing to create the road ahead. And so any slight trip up and the road before us becomes nothing. And now our car has crashed into a void. And now we're in the ether, lost. And so you end up needing her anyways. So might as well leave her in the driver's seat because she's not asking to be removed from her position.
Yeah.
So although she will remove herself from the position if you're touching the wheel, because why are you touching my wheel? If you want to drive so bad, then drive. Go. Go. You do it. I don't have time. Don't have time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you allow yourself to trust you and say, well, let me just go to McDonald's and go get that cheeseburger. You end up realizing that it was never about going to McDonald's to get a cheeseburger. It was about getting you out of the house, getting you to trust yourself. So when you get to the McDonald's that you go to, there is a vegan pho spot. And you're like, vegan pho? They had vegan pho. And then they're like, go, and she's like, go inside. And you're like, but I thought we were going to go inside of the vegan pho. Then you go inside of the vegan pho. And then you realize that they have also like a vegan cheesecake with a vegan mango sticky rice. And you're like, yeah, that sounds good. Whoa, this is crazy. Sit down and eat. Then you realize you just forgot all about McDonald's.
Yeah.
But what color is McDonald's? Yellow arch. And now you're eating mango sticky rice. But ironically, the way they bring you the rice is in the shape of an arch. And then you also get the cheesecake, which you want. A cheesecake is your favorite thing. And it reminds you of your grandmother. And so then you realize that, oh, wow,
Mm-hmm.
you just needed to go. She couldn't tell you to go to vegan pho because you don't have that language.
Yeah.
You don't know vegan pho exists,
Mm-hmm.
but you know McDonald's exists and
Mm-hmm.
you know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And you know them so much that the idea of going to one makes you feel dissonant. And you're like, oh my God, no. And then the fact that you know you have allergies, you're like, oh my God, your cognitive dissonance is kicking in. And it's, I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm not supposed to be doing this. And you're like, I'm supposed to be doing this, which is listening to myself. It
Mm-hmm.
has nothing to do with McDonald's. Let me go. I know myself will never harm me. So I trust me.
Mm.
And so you trust yourself.
Yes.
You don't have to trust McDonald's. And so you just go and do what you're going to go do. And you
Mm-hmm.
end up at vegan pho, having a
Yes.
delicious, nourishing meal with mango sticky rice as a dessert and vegan cheesecake.
Mm. I love that.
And now you're satisfied with new experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to trust yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Trust yourself. OD. When your self tells you to do something, listen and just follow through. And you'll end up learning that you'll begin to cultivate a new behavioral pattern, a new practice, a habit of just simply being, where you're no longer thinking in anticipation of what's next or anticipating the next thing when you're getting ready to be done with something. You're now just simply being here, being with this. And then when it's done, you sit, you be, then you do the next thing. And you realize that those start and stops
Mm-hmm.
start stopping.
Mm. I
And
love.
now
Yeah.
you're just in existence. You
Yeah.
are the moment and the transitions.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah. Thank you for
Okay.
sharing. Before we wrap up the episode, I'm feeling that I need to ask you how you connect with what we call the other side of spirit, your
Mhm.
spirit team. How can all of us have spiritual team? How can
Yes.
we feel them, call on them, and connect with them?
Listen is the key word. Listening.
Mhm.
The voices that are in your head are you and them.
Yes.
Get to know the voices
Mhm.
and you'll know your guides.
Mm.
They've been helping you out since the beginning.
Mhm.
They all don't sound the same.
Mhm.
Some of them sound, some of them feel wicked. No, they tell me to do bad things, things that I'm not supposed to be doing.
Mm.
Not supposed to be doing from your perspective or from your parents' perspective.
Mm.
From your perspective or from the government's perspective,
Mhm.
from your perspective or from a God's perspective that was taught to you by a person outside of you who never got to know you enough to teach you about the God that was meant to be
Mm.
taught to you
Mhm.
that's inside of you.
Mm.
Whose perspective?
Yeah.
And when you realize that the voices inside are all there to help you, not one of those voices are there to harm you,
Mhm.
even the ones that feel mischievous and like they're trying to trick you, though the most mischievous voice in your mind provides you the most playful adventures.
Mhm.
That's the voice that will lead you up, down, back, and around the whole planet just for you to end up back at home cooking dinner. You went everywhere looking for somewhere to eat, and now you're at home cooking dinner. What? But
Mhm.
you got ideas throughout that entire experience about what to cook. And so now what you thought you weren't inspired to cook in your house. I didn't know what to eat. There's nothing in here. I don't want any of this. This is just a whole bunch of shrubs.
Mm.
Now you're creating a brand new dish that's its own culture. Because now you understand new spices, new scents, new flavors, new smells, and now it's a soup, but it's a meaty mark. Like, whoa! But now you have those inspirations because you went to go collect some experiences,
Mhm. Mhm.
which are ingredients, which are seasons. Now you're more seasoned. So now your food can be quite miraculous.
Mhm.
Even a broth can
Mm.
taste like it got meat
Mm. Mhm.
because of how you made it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you learned how to cut things in ways that made it just seem, uh,
Mm.
so when you want to connect to your guides, you got to listen to the voices inside and
Mhm.
get to know them. Everyone's process is different. Me, I'm just a communicator. So I just be talking to them. I've tried to do my process of how I teach people to connect to them. However, that doesn't work for me specifically. They talk too fast and they move too quickly.
They do.
And they're like, honey, you're a teacher. Like, you don't need this. This process is too, it's not the process for you, but you could teach the process. We'll tell you what the process is to teach, but that's not going to be your process of how you learn.
Yes.
The process that I teach is you grab a piece of paper, the first voice that speaks, introduce yourself to that voice and say, I'm ready to get to know you. And on that piece of paper, let that voice speak and write. And you write out its name, whatever name you hear. If it says Shangela, write out Shangela. If it says Marietta Rosetta Tharp, write that out. Boom. Whatever. Don't stress or press about the information, because everything will evolve. Things, they will give you markers, because then maybe now you are looking up things. The name of the sea, her name is Maman. And I learned that by finally making it to her, where she told me that she began in Puerto Rico. And so I was in Puerto Rico, and that's where she revealed her name to me. And from this moment, when I say Maman, I know it's her. It what started off for me as Yamaya has evolved to Maman. And when I think of the earth, she's Maman. That is full-blown essence of everything we see and everything we don't. And I trust, think nothing of it, and allow myself just to be with it. The shame that I feel, the shame or the embarrassment that I have, like that I might not be saying the right thing, that I might be delusional, that I might be, a little bonkers. I let that go, because who can tell me that I am when they don't know me? Who can tell me that I am when I don't do drugs? I'm not, and I say drugs not meaning a drug addict. I mean a person who is in an altered state of mind. I'm in the mind that I wake up with and go to sleep with. Love drugs, been there. But she's like, I'm the drug now. And I'm like, okay. Because now I realize that when the drugs do come in, our connection is staticky. And we're just like giraffe legs, baby giraffe. And so I don't like that feeling anymore.
Yeah. Well, you described how I feel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
She takes me higher. So to do drugs is to lower my vibration, because she takes me to dimensions that have yet to be awakened on this planet.
Yes.
So listen to those voices, grab that piece of paper, and let them tell you all about themselves. And you'll start to sense them like a Rolodex. And then you'll end up learning the frequency of the different voices, where you'll be like, oh, that's them. That's this person. That's this person. That's this person. To where you'll then end up knowing through the lessons you're learning who's guiding you through which lessons. And then you'll end up also learning which ones are leaving for a season. Hey, I won't be here. You'll have this person stepping in for me.
Yes.
Okay. Get to know another. And all of these are just different parts of yourself. And so we call them sometimes Yamaya. We call them sometimes Ochun. We call them sometimes Chango. We call them sometimes Hecate. Sometimes we call them Mama Brigitte. Sometimes we call them different names. Sometimes they're Papa Legba. Sometimes they are Eshu. Sometimes they are, Orumila. Sometimes they are Olorun. Sometimes they change.
Yeah.
So you let the names change, you let the people change, but they're all you at the end of the day. And so just understand that it's yourself, connected to yourself infinitely, just expressing more of you to you through different colors and textures, scents and vibrations.
I love that. Can you tell us, what does ashe mean? Is it ashe, ashe? You told me already in a live, but for those who don't know what it means, can you tell us?
Ashe is eternal life force energy. Ashe is the breath of existence, the breath of consciousness that is in everything conscious. A rock, a pebble, a crystal, a tree, wood, hair, body. you, me, them, they, he, she, fire, air, rain. Ashe is the life essence. Ashe is also acknowledgement of divinity. Ashe is also a seal at the end of a prayer, acknowledgement that it is so.
That's beautiful.
Ashe is also mother. Ashe is Ifa. It's a beginning and an ending. It is natural and it is forever in the land of existence.
No more words. Wow, beautiful. So I think I have 3 questions, and then we're gonna wrap up.
Okay.
The first one is, what is the meaning of life for you?
You know, life has no meaning. And because life has no meaning, I can exist. Simply. When life had all the meaning, I was stressed. I was exhausted. I was trying. I was efforting. And I was weak. With life having no meaning at all. I be with 2 E's because I'm extra extraordinary.
Thank you for sharing. My other question is, where can my listeners find you, work with you, and your YouTube channel? What is it called?
Woohoo! It's called I Got Time. It is spelled EYEGOTTHYME. And that is also my website, IGotTime.com, where you could book sessions with me. You could also find me on TikTok, on Patreon, and on Instagram. I Got Time. And if you go to my website also has my Linktree connected and my Patreon connected. So it will provide you access to absolutely everything.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, that was my last question. I do that. Well, not me, my brain, it just goes blank. And I have everything in line to ask. What would you like to leave us with to wrap up this beautiful gift that you have given us, me? Put a bow on it. What would you like to leave us with?
Okay. 3 words. I believe you.
Ooh. Well, my guides, they screw with me that way. My guides, because I'm feeling like I'm ready and feeling like I need to expand and open more about my spiritual journey. And thank you. Because I'm like, who's gonna believe what I'm saying if they haven't experienced it? They do this to me all the time at the library when I'm talking to people. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Wow.
You are so welcome. Ashe.
I am so blessed. This was a divine meeting. It wasn't scheduled in human time, but
Yes.
in higher
Yeah.
realms. I
Ashe.
needed this. You have taught me so much, and I can't wait to continue to learn from you. Soul to soul, thank you, Ashe.
Thank you. Ashe.
Thank you.